How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. Also got to put in the disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor and this isn't financial advice. So just know when you do invest, you're doing it at your own risk. So today we're going to be talking about SOS and EBON. There is a lot of volatility in the markets today, but I have a much needed update I want to share with you guys. But before we get started, of course, we got to go over the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below in the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're considering to take a position, I suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to be going over is a recent article that came out for SOS, and it's pretty much talking about, hey, what are some things that investors do need to know and the possible upside in this play as well, and why it is looking really good at the moment. Many of you know we've been talking about SOS for quite some time on this channel, and there's been a lot of fun and there's been a lot of negative press, but for the most part in this particular article it has some great highlights that I want to share. And then secondly, we're going to be doing a technical analysis. We're going to be doing this for SOS and EBON, taking a look at the price action. Many of you are saying, well, you know what, SOS was down on the day, EBON was actually up on the day. What really matters, we want to see how well it's holding down areas of support, so we're going to be checking that out. And then when all of that is done, I'll be giving you guys my final thoughts as well as some more key details. So let's get into it. So we're going to go over a recent article that came out for SOS. So let's get into it. So SOS Limited is worth watching as its crypto mining business expands. SOS stock is still suffering from the effects of a short seller's report. No doubt, there's a lot of questions about investing in SOS Limited stock. The Chinese company calls itself an emerging blockchain based on big data driven marketing and solutions provider, as well as a cryptocurrency mining operator. That's a lot to pack in a mission statement. SOS says it's coming off an outstanding year with financial results that exceeded expectations. It's making a series of moves to scale up its cryptocurrency mining operations and expects even better results in 2021. There are others, however, that suggest that SOS isn't what it says it is. A noted short seller says SOS is just making up key details of this story, and the company has been less than transparent about its financials. On the surface, companies like SOS can be a profitable way to play the crypto market without investing in a specific coin. That's what makes SOS so interesting. But regardless of what side of the coin you're looking at with SOS stock, it behooves investors to take a close look at this crypto mining play. An up and down ride. SOS was safely a penny stock until February, when the company announced it started mining cryptocurrencies. It also announced it was starting a business connected to blockchain security, insurance, and banking. The stock rose to nearly $16, but then allegations by Hindenburg Research, which acknowledged having a short stake in SOS stock, alleged the company was committing fraud. Hindenburg said that the company's office and headquarters were merely a hotel. It alleged that the SOS falsified the background of a key employee, and it also raised doubts that SOS owned cryptocurrency mining rigs at all. SOS fought back against the allegations, calling it a misleading and fraudulent short report, but it wasn't enough to keep the SOS stock price from collapsing again. So I know many of us can relate to this. We've been in this play for quite some time, and we know Hindenburg along with Culper came and attacked this stock, and the price ended up going down. But you guys know already we have high conviction, and it's part of the reason why many of us are still in this play. Let's go on further. SOS stock at a glance. In May, SOS announced full year financial results of 2020. Revenue was posted at $50.3 million, which was an increase of 333.6% from 2019. Most of the revenue came from the company's insurance marketing business, which was $49.2 million. SOS says it banked a gross profit of $13 million, which was an increase of 513.5% from 2019. Net profit was $4.4 million, or 1.35 cents per share, or $1.35. That was up slightly from 2019, when the company posted a net income of $1.5 million, or 2.5 cents per share. CEO Yang Dang Wang said he was pleased with the results. We will continue to leverage our data mining and analysis platforms with the goal of developing a robust pipeline for insurance marketing and related service products. With a strong financial position, the entire SOS team is focused on the execution and delivery of the company's strategic growth plan in marketing, data business, blockchain-based insurance and security management business, and cryptocurrency mining, with the goal of significantly increasing shareholder value. But perhaps more notably, SOS says it's continuing to make some significant investments in growing its cryptocurrency mining capabilities. Just this spring, SOS says it put into service 6,039 crypto mining rigs that received over in April for the mining of Bitcoin and Ethereum, received money service business licenses in the United States and as well as Canada, which will allow it to act as a foreign exchange dealer and money transfer agent, entered into a non-binding letter of intent to buy majority equity interest in 3 U.S. power plants. The goal is to help SOS expand its crypto mining operations in the U.S. Obviously, SOS is investing heavily to become a player in the crypto mining space. And we've covered these catalysts on the channel for quite some time already. So the fact that this is actually coming to light here on Investor Place, we can be very biased at times, and we've already gone over that. It's great to see that SOS is getting some more recognition and they're making the moves that they need in regards to expanding their operations and being a competitive player in this space. The bottom line, cryptocurrencies had a rocky run as of late, although they are showing signs of life. But if you believe in the long-term future of cryptos, then you should consider SOS as a potential play. Few things, if any, are surefire guarantees in investing, and a short report from Hindenburg casts a shadow on SOS stock. SOS hasn't yet shown earnings from its cryptocurrency mining business, but that should come soon. What kind of profit the crypto mining unit provides will be key for SOS stock moving forward. And we've talked about this already on the channel. If we see on their earnings reports more consistency, it's getting better like we saw previously, this stock price is going to be going up. We also do know, as far as Bitcoin is concerned and as well as Ethereum on the balance sheet, these count as assets. So this will all contribute in regards to SOS's overall future. So I'm looking forward to actually seeing that report when it does come out. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for SOS. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $3.81, being down 4.27% on the day. On the low, it tested $3.65, and on the high, testing $3.92. So first and foremost, we want to see how it's lining up with our indicators. The chart that we're using is actually the 1-year daily chart. If we take a look at the RSI down below, it's literally in the middle, so right around fair value. Of no surprise here, because I'm about to show you guys in a second here. So we are above the 200-day as well as the 21-day EMA. We're showing strength being above that, but we are below the 100-day, which we are fully aware of. But do keep in mind that we are sitting on an area of support here. So we did end up getting down to $3.65, but again, this was of no concern because again, this is where we have a lot of support as well. So taking everything into consideration, SOS is still looking fairly strong despite the fact it had a red day, and of course we had a lot of volatility inside of the market. What I'm going to be looking forward, especially as this week progresses, I want to see some continued strength from SOS, but do keep in mind I would not be surprised if it is not able to close above 4 due to the fact we do have the quadruple witching that's going to be happening on Friday. And again, there's a lot of options that I know for a fact they do not want to be finishing over $4. But if it does finish over $4, you guys already know that would be great to see. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for EBON. So let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $3.72, being down 0.27% on the day. On the low, it tested $3.59, then on the high, testing $3.76. So first and foremost, we want to see how is it lining up with our indicators. So as we take a look at the RSI down below, it is right around 54. So again, right around fair value, showing a little bit of strength above that, but again, it's nowhere being very close to the overbought territory. So you can see here, EBON has been on quite the run up, and I'm actually impressed because as far as where it finished, it's finished finishing right on a level of support. Of course, there's strength above the 21-day EMA, and it is below the 200-day and as well as the 100-day. But like I said previously, the fact that there was a lot of volatility, we had the Fed meeting that was going down today, I'm impressed with EBON's overall performance. Just like SOS, I won't be surprised if they're going to try to keep this under $4 because they don't want this finishing in the money on the end of Friday, since it's going to be the quadruple witching day. And this is just a hypothesis of mine. I could be wrong about this. I know it's very superstitious in regards to the method and the fundamentals behind it, but like I said, I would not be surprised if it does not close above 4. And this is pretty much something that I want you guys to be aware of. But also, as far as at the end of this week, when it comes to a conclusion, I'm looking forward to seeing some strength for next week. So for my final thoughts for SOS and EBON, let's first start off with SOS. It was great to see that, you know what, it's getting some positive press. Before, we were getting a lot of negative press due to the short reports, and of course you've heard about all of the lawsuits as well. But we've always had a high conviction, and we knew that, hey, this particular play has a lot of potential. And now that it's actually getting more positive sentiment in regards to seeing these on news outlets, is actually great to see for the stock, and will be building up a lot more investor interest. Another thing also to understand, the short interest has been going up on SOS, and part of the reasons being is I feel like for this Friday, which many of you may not know about, but just to kind of give you an update, is about the quadruple witching. So as far as the price is concerned, they're going to try their best to keep this under $4. There's a lot of call options for SOS at that $4 level, so it'd be in their best interest in regards to the market makers to make sure that it finishes below 4. But what really matters is to make sure that it's holding on to that area of support, which is exactly what it is doing. Now, in regards to EBON, the same thing is going on here. There are a lot of call options for EBON, and they do not want those call options to be expiring in the money come Friday. So they're going to do whatever they can to keep this price down and trading within its tight range. What really matters is that we want to see it hold down areas of support, because of course we have also until going into next week, and as well as the end of the month as far as for the price target of it getting comfortable and looking strong in that $4 level. Same thing goes for SOS. So taking everything into consideration, I'd be very careful you're going to be playing any option plays. I played some option plays, but I ended up selling my options at the beginning of this week, taking this into consideration, and I want to make sure I share that with you guys if you're doing any option plays in either of these. But if you are buying shares and you're looking to average down, or you want to be a part of the run-up when these stocks do run, then by all means, do your homework, do your due diligence, and know what you're getting yourself into. I, for myself, if it decides to pull back beyond those support areas, you already know I'm going to be adding, because I am bullish on these stocks. So as far as the volatility we saw inside the market today, I feel like, hey, these stocks did fairly well. Yes, not all of them ended up being green. It was only EBON, but at the end of the day, we already know what this is all about. We've been in these plays for quite some time, but at the same time, hey, what more can you really complain about? So I hope you guys found this update helpful, and we'll be talking real soon.